Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have another 2K23 roster update guide. Now with the NBA Finals officially wrapped up and gone, the Boston Celtics winning in 5, of course, we do have a roster update. Now, this isn't a whole ton of new stuff going on, of course. Now, of course, with the new recent rule changes where the NBA and NBA teams are allowed to negotiate with their free agents immediately following the finals, this will change a lot, and it will change how many players are actually signed during that free agency period, because for a while, a lot of teams did have to wait until a certain period to be able to even re-sign some of their own existing players. Now, of course, one thing I do want to get out of the way, this is a PS5 exclusive roster. Any 2K or Madden that I do from here on out will be a PS5 exclusive roster, unless stated otherwise, right? I do want to state that just in case. For anybody that is unaware, I do play on PS5, and that is my console of choice at this current stage anyway. Now, of course, that doesn't mean I won't ever do another roster on a different platform. It's just, as of right now, I put a lot of time and effort into a lot of these rosters, so I don't want to cheap one out because I want to, create multiple, right? And especially on Madden. Madden takes fucking forever. 2K is a little bit easier, but still takes a long period of time. Especially some of these longer roster updates that I have to push out and stuff like this. When I have to go through and progress everybody's age and experience and contracts and all that fun stuff, it does take a little bit more time, and it is a little bit more time consuming and stuff like that. So it's just more difficult to get these, rosters out. Now, with that being said, like I've said before, I have went ahead and went through and gotten age and contract and stuff like that, contract information and stuff like that done. Now, I'm going to wait to go over everything until we go into the roster, but first I'm going to show you guys exactly how to download it and how to get it. First, of course, you will want to head over to the little features tab right here that I am highlighted over, select it, and then go down to create roster, NBA Modern Current. Now, of course, one thing that I do want to state is that you can use this roster offline, but you have to be online to download it. It's kind of confusing that people misunderstand me. Like I've said before, you can play with this roster offline. You can play with it in the My Eras or in Play Now offline, but you cannot download it without an online connection. I don't know of any workarounds to get an updated roster into my career. If you guys know, let me know down below, and I would more than happily be willing to pin your comment, of course. Now, of course, my files, these are what they look like, first and foremost. But what you're going to have to do, of course, is because you won't have my file, or at least the updated one, you will want to search by online ID, which is GreenMachineSam. So GreenMachineSam. No special characters, no capitalization needed, no numbers, and no anything else. It's just GreenMachineSam. It's pretty easy. Then what you're going to want to do is scroll down. All these ones that say local, these are going to be the ones that are saved to your device or saved to your console, of course. Everything down here, once they actually do show up, will be the rosters you are going to want to see. Now, of course, the 000 one is the one that's kind of at the cutoff. Everything above it should be the rosters that you do want. Now, of course, one thing I do want to say is, if you're having trouble downloading a roster or doing whatever with it, just keep trying. Maybe try a different roster when you go to download it and save the roster or anything like that. Sometimes some just don't want to work. Trust me, I've had problems with a lot of these rosters. 2K is very finicky when you go to upload or save stuff. It's kind of weird. But what I will say is these three rosters, so NBA 2K24 roster update, 2K24 roster on 2K23, and NBA 2K23 updated. All three of these are the same, and none of them have really any difference. And these are going to be the ones that have, of course, all the players still on their correct teams. Even the impending free agents, like a Tyrese Maxey, like a Tobias Harris, like a DeMar DeRozan. All these guys will be on their current teams for now. Now, of course, the other three rosters do not have some of these guys. Anybody that has the 1 year, $1.02 million will be kicked off of those teams. Any team or player option players will be remaining on the team until stated otherwise. So this roster, like I said, nothing has changed on this roster. All the players are still here, of course. It will allow you to be able to go in and play, even go in and play in My Eras and stuff like that. Whereas the other rosters, if you go in and try to play with it, in a My Errors. It's going to auto-sign people. And some of the teams you won't even be able to play with in a Play Now session or anything like that. So this is the roster you want to do if you want to hop into My Errors right away, or if you don't really want to do any guessing of where players are going to sign and for what. This will be the roster for you. It's a very good roster. Like I've stated before, I have went through and updated everybody's age. Now, of course, with that being said, when I update a player's age, I do have to put them a year back. So if they were born in 2000 and I have to update their age, they're now going to be listed as a 1999 birthday. Just to clarify, because somebody was confused about that. They were like, hey, this dude was actually born in 2000 and it says he was born in 1999. And I had to, inform him that I have to update their age, and this is the only reliable way to do it. So I do have to move them down the line. And of course, like I said, jersey number should be correct. I went through and got all that information done and fixed up again just to make sure. Because every time you add a player to a team or move somebody, sometimes the jersey numbers do get fucked up in a way because of varying different factors and so on and so forth. Like I said, so age, contracts, and stuff like that. So contracts have been progressed a year, so that is why anybody that is an impending free agent is at that 1 year, $1.02 million. And then, of course, there are some player options. I don't remember a whole ton of people that have player options or team options off the top of my head, but those guys are also in here. Of course, they do have their updated money. Now, I do want to state one thing as well, is I can't get money 100% correct. With money being upgraded every single year, when this game is a year and a half old, and we've been through we're going to be going into the second off season of this game, it does kind of make it difficult because player salaries have been going up and will continue to go up. I've seen reports that Jason Tatum's going to get 5 years, $315 million. I don't even think I could get over $250 million done in this roster, or I would just be able to barely just get it. Because I think the most money you can give a player without an extension is like 43 point something million. And then, of course, once you give them an extension, it'll go up to like 48 and 50 and 53 and 55 and stuff like that. But so some players I can't get the exact money on. I'm going to try to get as close as possible. And in most cases, I'm going to go over their money that they're guaranteed. Mainly because I just don't want to short it, and then you're able to sign players that you shouldn't be able to sign for some reason. Whereas if I put it over, it should still have the same ramifications as a player, because, if you're close to the cap, the salary cap or whatever, you're going to have to sign veteran free agents either way. Whereas if I give you $1 million off, then it's going to give you an extra $1 million to spend, and you can go out and buy somebody that you shouldn't be able to buy in your My Errors and stuff like that. Hopefully I'm not rambling too much or stating anything incorrectly. If I have stated anything incorrectly, let me know down below. We're going to go ahead and back out of this roster. I just want to show you guys the other roster so you guys know what I'm talking about, and I can get through my next step of what I want to talk about. So, of course, GreenMachineSam, online ID, PS5 exclusive roster for anybody wondering if you, for some reason, skipped ahead to this part of the video. So, yeah, GreenMachineSam, SAM, and bang. Push done. It should load it. NBA 2K25, NBA 2K24 off-season, and NBA 2K24 free agency and draft. These are the rosters that you will have no impending free agents on teams. So a team like the 76ers, who have a lot of impending free agents, have 3 guys on their roster. Whereas a team like the Bucks have 10, and so on and so forth. So every team is going to be different. Every team has varying different free agents. Some teams have more than others. Now, of course, this doesn't take into account, like I've said before, the player options and the team options. Those guys will be remaining on the teams until stated otherwise by those respective teams, whether or not the player or the team options have been declined, as we only do have 6 months left with these online servers being active. Now, of course, one thing I do want to state is I will be doing the draft and I will be doing free agency, of course. Now, I'm not as big of a fan of the NBA of the NBA as I am the NFL. So I won't be doing the draft live like I do for Madden, as well as 2K is a lot better at allowing creators to share their tools and share their players. So I'll be using some players that people have made and so on and so forth. But so we'll be implementing players a lot quicker and a lot easier. So I won't be doing the draft live, but I will try to get it done as soon as humanly possible. And free agency, once that kicks off, I will be doing that every single day up until whenever it slows down finally. like I said before. And then, of course, one thing I do want to state before we get out of here is when trades happen, I can't trade draft picks. So, yes, when you load into your My Eras, it's going to be a little fucked up here and there because you won't be able to trade draft picks. Well, the draft picks won't already be traded for you. You can definitely go in and change some players' overalls so you can trade the correct draft picks to the correct teams if you really feel like it. But with that being said, guys, that should just about cover everything. If I've forgotten to mention something, I'll leave it down in the comments or I'll address it in the next video or even the 2K24 roster update I have planned. Like I've said before, I will be doing a 2K24 roster update as well. It's just going to take a little bit of time, right? I'm going to be doing it once the off-season kicks off. Slowly, I am going to get that roster set up, you know, with the free agency and stuff, kicking some of those players off their respective teams and stuff like that. For now, that is all. Like I said, if you guys enjoy this content or any of the content here on my channel, I would appreciate it if you guys do stick around and subscribe. If I missed a player, if I have somebody's age wrong or their, you know, or just anything in general, go ahead and leave it down below and I will more than happily be willing to fix it. Now, of course, I do have to go back through and get June birthdays done at some point. I don't remember exactly when I went over this roster, so I will have to go in and fix a couple things on some player ages that have happened over the last week or two since that last video. But like I said, if you guys enjoy this content, please stick around and subscribe. I have Madden roster updates coming out. We'll have NCAA content hopefully this summer as well as some more Madden content as the year progresses. I'll have some 2K content. Probably nothing outside of really the roster updates, but still stick around and subscribe for all that. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.